I still remember that day like it was yesterday. The rain was falling softly outside the cafe window. The sound of raindrops on the glass mixed with quiet music in the background. I was sitting at a small table, waiting. I had ordered his favorite drink, black coffee with 1 sugar. Daniel walked in, wearing his usual black coat. He looked tired, but handsome, like always. When he sat down, I saw something in his eyes. They weren't warm anymore. They were cold. He looked at me for a long time. Then he said the words that changed everything. "I'm sorry, Emma. I think we want different things in life." I stared at him. My hands felt cold. My heart started beating faster, like it wanted to run away. "Are you saying it's over?" I asked. He didn't answer right away. He just looked down at the table and nodded slowly. And in that quiet little cafe where we had shared so many happy moments, Daniel left me with just a sentence. He didn't choose me, he chose her. Her name was Alina. She was beautiful, yes, but she was also rich, very rich. Her family had everything: big houses, fast cars, trips to Europe, expensive clothes. Daniel met her at a company event. She smiled at him like she already owned him. And maybe, in some way, she did. I wasn't rich. I didn't wear designer clothes. I worked 2 jobs and lived in a small apartment. I had big dreams, yes, but no one gave me anything. I worked for everything. Daniel and I used to dream together. We talked about the future, a small house, maybe a dog, a happy life built on love and hard work. But dreams are not enough when someone starts to want more, faster. After Daniel left, I was broken. I cried every night. I stopped eating properly. I felt like I was not good enough. Maybe I wasn't smart enough, pretty enough, rich enough. I watched him and Alina post photos online, smiling at fancy parties, traveling to new places, looking like the perfect couple. And me? I was sitting at home with tea and a blanket, trying to stop my heart from hurting. One night, I turned off my phone and looked in the mirror. My eyes were red, my hair was messy, but I saw something else too, a small light in my eyes, a part of me that refused to give up. That night, I made a promise to myself. I said, "Emma, this is not the end. This is the beginning." I started slow. I watched free business videos. I signed up for online courses. I learned everything I could about marketing and design. I worked during the day and studied late into the night. I made mistakes. I failed many times, but I didn't stop. I created my own small business, just me and my old laptop. I worked from the kitchen table. I made flyers. I sent emails. I offered my services for free, just to get experience. And then, little by little, things changed. One client became 2, then 3. People started talking about me. They liked my work. They liked me. I moved into a small office. I hired 1 assistant, then 2, then a team. 3 years passed. I was invited to speak at events. I was featured in a magazine. I was successful, and not because someone gave me money, but because I worked hard. Then one day, I was at a networking event in the city. There were bright lights, music, and people in suits and dresses. I was wearing a navy blue dress I had bought myself. My company paid for the ticket. I stood tall, confident, and that's when I saw him, Daniel. He stood alone near the bar, holding a drink. His hair was thinner, his eyes were tired. He looked around the room like he didn't belong there. Our eyes met. He walked over slowly. He smiled. "Emma," he said, "you look amazing." I smiled back. "Thank you." We talked. He told me about his job. He worked at a small company. He said it was okay, but not what he had planned. Then he told me about her, Alina. Her family lost all their money after a bad business scandal. One day, everything was gone. The cars, the big house, the lifestyle, and Alina. She didn't know how to live a normal life. She didn't know how to work. She had never tried. She expected Daniel to fix everything, but he couldn't. They fought. They broke apart. She left. He was left alone. Daniel looked at me, really looked at me, and said something I'll never forget. "I made a mistake, Emma. You were the real thing." There was silence between us. The music played softly in the background. I could see the pain in his eyes. Then he asked, "Do you think there's a chance we could try again?" I looked at him, and I thought about everything. The nights I cried, the long days I worked, the way he left without fighting for me. I smiled gently and said, "No, Daniel, you didn't choose me when it mattered, and that made all the difference." That night, I walked out of that room with peace in my heart, not because of what happened to him, not because I won, but because I had healed. Sometimes the person you love doesn't choose you, and it hurts. It really does. But don't let that pain stop you. Use it, grow from it, become better, stronger. Build a life so beautiful, even the people who left you wish they stayed. Because true love is not about money or status. It's about support, loyalty, respect, and choosing each other every day. And if someone doesn't choose you, then maybe they were never meant to be in your story forever. You deserve someone who chooses you completely. If you liked this story, don't forget to like, comment, and share it. Subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss a story.